Hey yo, it's Darren of Team Halogen Robotics. I just figured I'd do like a bit of a breakdown of sorts of my new Beetleweight chlorine, just to sort of, I guess, tell you how I built it, some of the components it uses, and sort of things I want to do with the design, kind of as now that I want to fix it. So top is held in place with these four M4 screws right here, with like four shafts running through holes in the TPU chassis that are like kind of inserted and like pressed into place. Well, they're supposed to be pressed into place, but I made the holes a little bit too big, so they just kind of the holes are just big enough for the shafts to kind of fall through. I have them like fixed in place with glue right now, but that's something I have to fix. And also this top plate is PLA, but I plan to change it to actual carbon fiber. It's just I ran out of money on my like account for Senkatsen, and so I couldn't get a top plate and these two carbon fiber frame rails. So I had to just 3D print a top plate just to have one. Plus because I was 3D printing it myself, I could put this little cool design of the chlorine bore model, which I thought was nice. Anyway, here's the insides. This is the ESC. It's the 70 amp Pariah one from Just Cause Robotics. Goes into the Beetleweight hub motor. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a 1200 kVs, which is a little bit much. I think the weapon, with how big it is, it runs at around a 500 mile an hour tip speed. It's according to a calculator I found online. It probably doesn't get that high because of air resistance, but it's a bit fast, so I need to fix that. I'm probably going to fix that for now just by only going to 50% on the weapon throttle. Anyway, also, yes, I know the wiring is a bit of a mess. What I'm thinking of doing is, instead of trying to route the wires through that hole there at the bottom of the, well, technically top of the chassis right there, like because the wires come out the top of the frame here, I'm thinking of routing them up, over, and like this way, like have like a hole in like the top lid near the front, so I can pass the wires through that hole instead of through the bottom and like trying to do that mess. I'm probably going to try doing that later. I don't know, because it'll look a lot better than that. Right. So, drive motors are I'm trying to remember what the name is. They're on like the Palm Beach Bots website. They're like a 6mm shaft, Max S repeat drive or something. I can't remember. I just remember I was recommended to use these ones. They're brush drive, which, and that's there's two reasons I'm using brush drive motors. Reason one is I'm using this Scorpion ESC here, which actually came out of my first ever Beetleweight chloride, the old D2 kit that I turned into a wedge abomination thing that only ever fought once and then exploded. But the ESC was still fine, and also the receiver was still fine, so I'm reusing both of those because, well, why not? They still work. So yeah, that's one reason I'm using brush drive, because this ESC is for brushed motors. The other reason is just because I don't really need... I know that brushless is all fast and speedy, and that's great. I don't really need fast and speedy. This is a horizontal spinner. It's not really meant to box rush enemy opponents. Plus, I am not good with fast robots. I'm more good with a more slower controlled type of movement. So that's, as you can probably see in the fights I have, when I go fast, I tend to lose it massively. What else in here? Let's see. Receiver, classic, normal, generic weapon screw, power switch thing right there. And then here's the battery. I got the battery off the, I'm part of the UOF team, so they let me borrow / have a 850 milliamp hour 4S battery here. I think it's by Tattoo. Works well enough. I probably have to actually charge it, because I didn't actually check to see if it was charged before I put it in, but it's been working. You saw the videos I posted that show it, well, spinning up and such. What else is there? The overall chassis is made out of TPU that's been 3D printed. It's a little deformed, as you can tell. I think partially because the bed on my printer is a little, well, very old, so it tends to lift up a little near the edges. So, I mean, it works, as you can tell, everything fits, but I will probably need to reprint this or at the very least get another printer to reprint this. In fact, I probably am going to get another printer to reprint the chassis because, as you notice, there's no wheel guards on this, and I actually have a CAD of this robot that has wheel guards, which I do have the weight for, but the problem is my printer, you can see over here, it's, I should have brought the robot, but basically, the chassis of the robot is about as wide as the print bed, so I can't actually fit the guards on unless I want to, like, try and print them separately and then glue them on, which, you know, doesn't really work. What else is there? Wheels are just generic foam wheels I got off Palm Beach Bots with the repeat 6mm hubs. Again, fairly generic and standard. I know most people tend to make their own molded wheels, and I might try doing that in the future, but for now I just kind of wanted something that, you know, moves. And, you know, the wheels are, they're fine. I did drive testing, and it drives fine enough. It's just a little, like, slow. Sorry about that, was interrupted. It's all good, don't worry. Anyway, wheels. Right, you know, cheap, easy wheels. It drives well enough. It's a bit front heavy, and also, you probably can't tell because it's kind of propped up weirdly, but it kind of is angled slightly down when it drives because of the wheels are bigger than where the nose sits. So yeah, that's how the robot looks now. It's not the best. There are some things I do want to improve. Like I said, the chassis. I want to like fix the threaded shaft issue, fix the wheel guard issue, if I can fix that issue with the weird anti-sagging thing, whatever that is. And I also do need to add, you know, proper motor guard protection. I'm probably going to go with something kind of simple. Probably just have like a slab of TPU sticking out like the front that's like attached, but these 4 bolts on the top and bottom, which you can't really see. Let me try and show you. Yeah, like those 4 bolts. That's kind of where I want to attach 2 like guards to protect the motor. And like I said, I want to fix this whole mess because right now I am pretty close to cutting the weapon with the wires, and that's, you know, not good. So again, I'm probably going to route them on top, which is a slight problem because, you know, I might get sniped while I'm upside down. But I'm thinking I can solve that problem by having another TPU guard, maybe connected to like the first front guard with the motor, and have it run all the way back. I think that'll make it a lot easier if I run the wires along the top. Yeah, honestly, I'm probably going to actually take that solution I use for the wires here and put it on the fluorine here, because it has like the same issue of wires coming out the top having to go in the bottom, and that's just a whole mess. So yeah, I'm probably going to try and fix that. But I will say this, I am just honestly thrilled I have a working Beetle weight. You know, it works, drive spins up, it works. I'm honestly just proud that I managed to get this thing working. Like this, none of these parts existed like around 2 weeks ago, I want to say. And now it's right here. So yeah, Merry Christmas, y'all. I'll hopefully update y'all on the new year. Have a lot of cool things planned. Like I said, hope to fight this thing, cause some destruction. But yeah, have a wonderful I hope all of you are having a wonderful Christmas, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, it's having a good December. And that is all for now. See ya.